Felidar Guardian is banned. What? So basically what happened is there was this huge backlash over the last banning. So many people angry. What on earth are you doing, Wizards? No one's showing up for Standard as it is. Why would you give them more reason never to return to their Standard FNM? And Wizards released this press release stating, we know that we banned and restricted. We already made our banning and restricted announcement. But you know what? We're listening to the community and we're looking at the data. And we think it's a good idea that we ban Felidar Guardian. You know what? This copycat deck should probably not see the Pro Tour. Oh, really? Well, first off, let's go. We'll dissect both parts of the press release. The first one, let's just talk about the data. They looked at about 2 days worth of Amonkhet data. Amonkhet just hit the shelves. People are cracking boosters, and they said Copycat went up to 40% of the online Magic the Gathering online metagame. It was 40% of all the decks that went 5-0 and 4-1. Very high numbers, but who cares? The point was that we were supposed to wait to see if anything could come out of the set that could compete with these decks. And they didn't give any time at all. Come on, you've got actuarians and statisticians working at Wizards of the Coast, I'm certain. You know that 2 days is a really small sample size. No one's even opened enough boosters to get the cards to build the decks anyway. You think that Standard is going to be broken in half in just 2 days? Absolutely not. People are just going to play the same deck as they were before. There was a lot of time to wait to see if Amonkhet would really shake up Standard. So that was not the real reason. The real reason is that people were pissed. They were so angry. There was an enormous backlash on social media. So many videos, tweets, and responses on Facebook. Everyone's saying that they're very upset with the decision of leaving Copycat in Standard. Barely anyone supporting. I was one of the only skeptical people saying, you know what? Let's wait and see. I think there's a way of beating Standard, but most people were very upset about the decision. And it comes back to what I said about Gitaxian Probe being banned in Modern. These bannings are now going to be based not on data, not on objectivity. It will be so political. If you have a voice on social media, if you have a voice on the internet, you will help contribute to the bannings of cards in Magic the Gathering. It's as simple as that. We could still live with Gitaxian Probe in Modern. It would be annoying, but it would certainly be playable. That card is banned because so many people, including myself, hated it. And the same thing is going on with Copycat right now. They banned Felidar Guardian. Maybe the format is annoying, no one likes it, but it's still playable. You can still play the intricate dance of Mardu vehicles versus Copycat, and there probably is some sort of fringe brew out there that everyone has missed, and perhaps Amonkhet still had some opportunity to find its way into the metagame. But people still hated it! They were so angry! And that outlash, that forced Wizards' hand. It forced them to backpedal, step back. This is unprecedented that they make this banning and restricted announcement and then just a few days later go back and reban something else, make changes. This is very unexpected. Overall, was it a good decision? It apparently was. Everyone is incredibly happy. There is definitely some people upset out there, but by far and large, this is an incredibly well-received decision. Wizards of the Coast definitely made the right move. The players are incredibly happy. Everyone is now very excited for Standard. They're very excited for Brewing. They know they don't have to deal with this 2-card combo anymore. A combo which shouldn't have existed in the first place. I mean, Felidar Guardian, you're not even supposed to be here. You are a mistake. So it's been very, very well received by the players. I think overall it was a very good move for Wizards of the Coast. It was a very good move for Standard. I think Standard, it probably needed this anyway. There was no way that Copycat was going to get completely blown out of Standard, and we probably saw enough of it, and we're going to say goodbye. So obviously some people are going to get burned by this because we expect that Wizards of the Coast's word is sort of worth something. When they make a banning and restricted announcement, we assume that there wasn't going to be another one for at least 2 months, when in fact they made another one just a few days later. So there were definitely a lot of people who bought into the Copycat deck after the first banning and restricted announcement. And to that, I say, you know what, I don't think anyone seriously got hurt by it, because I think most of the casual players stayed away from it. They should have known that this thing was on the edge of getting banned anyway. Wizards made it clear, hey, if nothing competes against this deck, it's for sure getting axed in the next banning and restricted announcement. So I think the casual players who would have gotten burned the most were more or less protected by fear. The people who probably got burned badly were the pros preparing for the Pro Tour. After they saw the banning and restricted announcement, they probably immediately bought into the deck online and in paper, and expecting it to at least last through the Pro Tour. So those are the people who probably got burned. That is not too bad, because those players, while they are frustrated as hell, they're not leaving the game. Let's be serious. The pros, the competitive players, they're like, oh, this sucks. I just burned like $100 or $200 worth of ticks into this deck. Oh, well, I'm not going to Hearthstone. I know that. Yeah, whatever. A lot of people are thinking, well, Wizards of the Coast, we can't trust you anymore, blah, blah, blah. You know, if you can arbitrarily at any sort of time or day ban something, you're going to turn into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, come on, these situations are rare, and obviously if you look in the overall community, how happy people are, the response in articles and videos and casual players, how well received this is, it was obviously the right move. It was good for the game, it was good for the format. And we know Wizards of the Coast is more or less run by monkeys, and they're making decisions just out of nowhere. But seriously, where are you going? Are you going anywhere? You're not going anywhere. And you know what? I think the game is incredibly, incredibly strong. This is not that big of a deal. I think the benefits of this decision far outweigh the costs. Now, just lastly, let's just talk about, should they have really banned the cat? What about Saheeli Rai herself? I mean, she's pretty useless in the format. She was never useless. She didn't see any play at all before Felidar Guardian came around. And the thing is, she's just less playable if Felidar Guardian doesn't exist. Felidar Guardian, however, can exist without Saheeli Rai. So, I mean, maybe it feels bad to ban the card that's on the booster pack, but that was probably the right decision. So, like, I mean, Saheeli's already dropping back down to her former price, which was like around $5 US. That was probably the right card to ban, but I don't know, it just sort of looks weird. I'm a little disappointed on the inside that I never got a chance to play against Copycat, but you know, that's just me. I'm sure a lot of you out there are sick of it and are super happy about this. But are you happy about this? What do you think? Was this the right decision by Wizards? How happy do you feel? Do you feel scared? Are you concerned about any future decisions by Wizards? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But anyway, so that has been Wizards of the Coast. They have took a stand against Copycat. We're not going to see it at the Pro Tour. We're going to see a whole bunch of new decks show up at the Pro Tour. We don't have to worry about Mardu Vehicles. Apparently you can beat that thing. It was just hard to beat Mardu Vehicles and Copycat at the same time. So this has been Nikachu talking about the recent emergency banning of Felidar Guardian.